what to do when she needs her space. Okay, when your girl wants to go no contact and she needs her space, you know what you do in this situation? You give it to her. And not only do you give it to her, but you go your own way. You go do your own thing. Okay, because if you sit waiting by the phone, waiting by your cell phone, waiting for her to have her space and get through whatever she needs to get through in her mind, and waiting for her to come back to you, it's just not going to happen. And even if she does come back to you, it's going to be very, very temporary until she finds the next guy, until she finds the next branch to swing on. So whenever you're in a situation where you guys are going no contact, and it's by her doing, because 99.9% of the time when a couple is having problems and the person wants to go no contact, it's always a woman. It's always a female. Because, you don't really hear guys going, yeah, this isn't working out, man. We better go no contact. No, guys just disappear. We just end it, right? We just stop seeing the girl. Where the girl, she wants to avoid having that guilt, having that feeling like, I'm just some hoe or whatever. So she wants to have almost like a professional excuse for leaving you. So she's like, okay, we need to go no contact. Especially if you're seeing like a relationship counselor, they're like, oh, time to go no contact. Relationship counselors, by the way, are complete scams. They have no idea what they're talking about. I dated a relationship counselor once. I met some girl and she was a relationship counselor, and I said, be honest, how many of these relationships actually end up working out after relationship counseling? She was like, almost none of them. Almost none of them, unless there's like kids involved and they've been together for just decades and they really both want to work it out. But she's like, most times the relationship just ends, right? It just ends. So if you want relationship advice, you gotta turn to a pickup artist, not a relationship counselor. So if your girl wants to go no contact, because I get a lot of guys who are like, hey, me and my girl are having problems, and we were told to go no contact, so what do I do in the meantime? So I just like sit around and focus on my goals. And it's like, yeah, you should do all those things, but you know what else you should do? You should go out there and pick up other women. You should go out there and field your own options. You should go out there and exercise your own hypergamy, right? Because if she's choosing to go no contact on you, really what that is her wanting more time without you around to reflect and realize what a little bitch you are, and kick herself for staying with you for this long, and kick herself for not leaving the relationship sooner and finding a higher value, more dominant, more masculine man. That's really what going no contact for her is. Okay, this is why you have to turn the tables on her. As soon as you go no contact, you got to do your own thing. Okay, because the relationship is going to end anyway. For all you suckers who think you're going to go no contact, give her space, and then everything will be fine after. She'll just miss me. You're surely mistaken. You are surely mistaken, because that chick, even if she comes back, like I said, it's just going to be temporary. Maybe a few days, maybe even a few weeks if you're lucky. And then she's just going to end up dumping you anyway. Okay? If you really want to turn the tables on her and you want, say you actually like her and you want it to work, you have to go do your own thing, okay? You have to show her why she chose you in the first place. You have to show her that other women are going to want you, okay? Because if she feels like nobody else wants you, she's just not going to value you. This is how female biology works. It's like, this is how human biology works. I mean, it's just how we're set up. I mean, if nobody else wants you, we're not going to value you, right? It's like a woman looking at a guy standing in a bar all alone by himself versus looking at that same guy being surrounded by a dozen beautiful women. She's obviously going to value that guy more if he's surrounded by a dozen beautiful women versus if he's just there by himself. And this is why like social proof is so big in game. Like, you got to have social proof. And so many guys are like, how do you keep getting all these beautiful women into your life? And it's like, it just gets easier and easier because I just have more and more, like the more beautiful women you have in your life, the easier it is to attract more of them. Whereas the less of them you have, if you have zero, it's very difficult to start from ground zero, right? You have to get out there and really pound the pavement. But when you're in a relationship and you're going no contact, you have to understand what that is, guys. You have to understand what that means. Okay, you have to understand where the girl is coming from. And for her, like I said, that's just time for her to reflect without you around her as a distraction. Okay, it's time for her to reflect on why she's so unhappy in your relationship. And really, the main reason why women are unhappy in relationships is because the guy is failing to be a guy. The guy is failing to demonstrate the same qualities that he did in the very beginning, when she had just like sky high attraction for you, when all she could think about was you, right? Throughout your relationship, you just got a little too comfortable, a little too complacent, thinking that she was not going to go anywhere. And then you started slipping, right? You started slipping, and fast forward a few months, maybe even a few years later, or a few decades, and now she's realizing, like, shit, I wasted my time with this guy. I wasted my time with him. I can do better. Once a girl feels that she can do better than you, guess what? She will. And I don't care how she phrases it, right? She wants to be all PC about it, call it no contact. Really, all she wants to do is go out and field her options and exercise her open hypergamy. That's really what going no contact means for a girl. She's not going to sit there and, look for reasons to stay with you, during the period you're going no contact. Instead, she's going to use that time to look for reasons why she shouldn't stay with you, why she should leave you. Okay, and you have to understand that. Okay, and I'm telling you right now, the best way to go no contact is to let her have her space. Just give it to her. Be like, yeah, that's cool, girl. Fine. Go do your own thing. Don't worry about her. Right? And the reason why you're in this situation in the first place goes back to a fundamental mistake that a lot of guys make who end up in this situation, is where they put their woman ahead of themselves. They put their girl, they valued their girl more than they value themselves. And when you reverse that and you start valuing yourself more than you do your girl, that's when the tide will turn, right? That's when things will shift in your favor. Yeah, but a lot of you guys, like, you make the mistake of going, okay, we'll go no contact, I'll give her space, and hopefully, cross my fingers, in a few weeks, she'll come back to me and she'll realize how much she loves me. Does that ever happen? No. All the girl does is come back to you and realize what a chump you are. And she might miss you a little bit. Like I said, she'll stay with you for a few days, maybe a week or so, because she misses you. But then after she gets over that initial sugar rush of seeing you again, she'll be like, I still feel the same. I still don't have any feelings for this guy. I'm not attracted to him anymore. And then she ends it anyway. So, if your girl wants her space, give it to her. Do your own thing. Walk away. It's the most powerful thing you can do, guys. I always teach you guys that. The number one most powerful thing you can do in your relationship is walk away. Okay? And so few guys have the balls to do it because they're in such scarcity. They don't think they can replace their girl. They think they're going to be single forever if they let her go. So they try to hang on to her. Always ends bad, okay? It always ends bad. You have to walk away in these situations. And you have to go out and field your own options, right? You have to. Right? Obviously, it's easier when you have game, when you have pickup. That's why you should be in 7 months of mastery, son. So you'll never be in scarcity. So you'll never be fearful if any of these girls want to leave, right? Any of the girls I'm dating right now, if any of them want to leave, I'm completely fine with that. I'm not going to hate them for it. It's not going to affect me one way or the other. I might miss them, but it's not, going to ruin my day. It will barely distract me, because I'm in abundance and I know I can easily go out there and pick up more if I wanted to. It's a really powerful skill. But guys who are in this situation where their girl is trying to dump them and leave them and wants their space and wants to go no contact, the reason why they're in this situation is because they have no game. And she knows that. She knows that, which lowers their value even more, knowing that, hey, I could dump this guy. No other girl's going to want him. And that's a really vulnerable position to be in. Right? As they say, 1 is the scariest number in the world. right? When you only have one option. So, I'm gonna wrap up here. Until next time, this is Am from the 33 Secrets. Do not forget to destroy that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Very important you guys subscribe. And for you guys who